probably here to figure out how to build a Bedrock flying machine elevator in Minecraft. Well, I have the answers for you, as this is a multi-floor selecting elevator. At the bottom you can select from one of 8 floors and then ride your way up to that floor. Then you can return and select a new floor to go to next. This consists of a few different components. A couple I've learned from other YouTubers. I'll provide links and names in the description and video. But here we go. So as you can see, this is a two-way flying machine that can go all the way up. We've got a floor, a button indicator to tell where to go, which direction to go in. In this case, there's only one direction that for each floor. As like I said, you have to return to the first floor to go to the next floor. There's a line to activate the flying machine. Here's a line to stop the flying machine. And here's a tower to select each floor. Here is the 8 level selector that comes off of a item frame with a lever in it. Each one of these, each time you rotate this, it selects a different floor. So yeah, the bottom floor will have an up and all the other floors will have a down. So in order to start this project, you'll need these items: a handful of building blocks, some sort of immovable object, obsidian or terracotta would work. Now, you also need a handful of sticky pistons, 8 regular pistons, a handful of observers, 2 comparators, a handful of repeaters, a handful of redstone dust, a handful of buttons, 9 redstone torches, a lever, item frame, handful of honey blocks and sticky slime blocks, and a handful of redstone blocks. If you're building this in survival, I would highly recommend having a bunch of scaffolding with you, as most of this is kind of floating here. But the process is pretty simple to repeat, and once you have it down, you can just keep going at it. Now, we'll start here by finding ourselves a 4 by 5 space. The 4 side direction will be the front that you're standing by, and we're going to place our immovable object there in a 2 by 2 space. We'll then run redstone along the edges of this, like that. Connect it all up. This line will activate the flying machine to go up. Now we'll build the flying machine. We'll start by alternating honey and slime blocks like this, and we'll go up 5 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do that for all of these. This flying machine is modular, so you only actually need 1 of these. But to make a 2 by 2 base, you'll need 4 modules. Now, to make the upward direction part of it, you're going to have 2 observers on the sides like this, and on each side, and the arrow should be facing up. Then we'll have a regular piston on top of that facing up, like that, and then we'll skip 1 block and repeat the same process as before, but with sticky pistons. That's the upwards direction. Now we're going to maintain that same alternation like that, and we're going to go up 6 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that should be honey. There we go. Now we need to make the downward direction. We're going to start by taking our observers, which is, I think, easier for placing the pistons. We'll just kind of go up here in the top corner and click that. The arrows should now be facing downward, as you can see. Go over here and repeat the same process. Now we'll take our sticky pistons and place those facing down directly below those. Skip one block, skip another block, and then place more observers facing down, as we did before, but again, this time it'll be with regular pistons. It's kind of an upside down version of the bottom. Then we're going to take our regular block and place that on top like that, as a little platform for the flying machine. This maxes out with just a couple extra blocks, so you can't do too much else to it, but that also makes it easy to stop, which we're going to create in a little bit. Now, we're going to build an immovable connection between here and our 0th floor. How a item frame works, that you can't pick a first floor. In this case, the first floor is the 2nd floor, so we're on the 0th floor. I know, that made a lot of sense. So now we're also going to build 4 up here, so a 2x4 just connected to this over here. This is where our button selector panel will go. We'll once again build with our regular blocks another 2x2, 1 block behind that. And there's that. Our hallway I made 4 long. Doesn't really matter. The key is to have an item frame and to put it on the 2nd. So from our little perimeter here, we'll go over 1, up 1, and that's where we'll have that. And we will get a lever. I'm going to plop that into the item frame. So as you can see, there's no 0 option. This has to be 1. Now, we're going to go directly behind this item frame, put a block below it, like that. And we're going to go out 1, over 2, and then we're going to place a block right there. Now we're going to grab our redstone torches, and we're going to put one right here, as well as grab our comparators that are going to go here, facing into this, and another one facing into this redstone torch. We're going to put this one in subtraction mode, because the difference of power between this comparator and that comparator will create a loop that creates 1 redstone torch that's turned off, or on in this case. Now from here, we're going to build out 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go over 2, back this way, and link it back up. We're going to place 1 block here, grab our redstone dust. We'll no longer need comparators, as we will just be connecting this line up like this, and then we'll put our redstone torches in line with this upper block here, but we're going to put them along this edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice, we have our option 1 selected, and only this torch is turned on. If we rotate this even further, this torch turns on. And so on, all the way to 8, and then it resets back to 1. Now, we're going to drop 1 block below these redstone torches, build out like this, and we're going to build 11 blocks out from this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're just going to make a large platform of this size. 8 by 12 is the total size. Now that we have our platform made, we'll grab some repeaters. This will be how we connect up our redstone line to the pistons that select the floor. And we're just going to alternate these back and forth. You can leave that last row untouched, and none of these repeaters need any tick changes. You can just leave them as is. And for the sake of safety, we're going to skip this one first to alternate them back and forth. Then we'll just place sticky pistons facing up, connected to that. And then there's our 8th floor selector. From here, we're going to grab a button and place it there. Then we're going to go down and put a sticky piston like that, as well as slime blocks going all the way down to here, except we want this 2 blocks above the redstone. So this is the redstone block, 1, 2, and here we will place a observer facing down. So when this pushes, this will come down to here and activate this redstone line, activating the whole thing to go up. So we now have the option to go up and pick our floor. Now we need to make the next floor. Simple process. We'll start here and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get rid of these temporary blocks. Ooh, don't destroy your button. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on both ends. We're going to place an obsidian block here on both sides. And this is going to be how we tell the flying machine to go back down. Here we'll get our repeaters again. We no longer need the button at the moment. And we're going to face them facing inward toward the center on either side, and take our redstone and link these 2 things up. Like that. There we go. Now we have the option to go down on the next floor. Now, from here, then we're going to start building our 2nd floor. We're going to go from here. We'll just place 1 block up top of that. Like that. And then 1 more above that. This is going to be right in the center here. And we're going to build our obsidian or immovable object 2 by 2 again. And we can put our button selector area. That's another 2 by 2 of the regular block above that. Then we can grab our button again, like this, and place it there. Then we're going to take a sticky piston, face this downward, if we can get it, and put an observer also facing downward below that. So when you push this button, it goes off and signals the flying machine to go back down. Now, this is the base where our flying machine would be if it was at this floor. So we're going to go 2 out and build another little platform out of immovable objects. And we can build our little hallway once again behind that. And we can get rid of our little temporary platform here. So there's the 2nd platform. Now we're going to need to build our way to stop the flying machine. That's just a simple process. If we had this here again, right there, and this was the edge of that platform. Here, I'll show you what it looks like up here. So this is what it would look like if the flying machine was at the second level, or first level. And we're just going to put 2 blocks on top of that edge. I'm going to go 1 out, like that. Then 1 more out, like that. And we can get rid of all these. We'll do the same though on the other side. At this point, it's just mirroring what you did on that side onto this side. We'll build both sides, of course. So you're 1 block away, in line with this center. And we're going to build a 2x3 platform below that. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We're going to place sticky pistons facing into this. These are going to be double piston extenders that shoot the blocks out far enough to stop it at this floor. There's that. And then we're going to build a 3x3 platform on either side of each double piston extender. We're going to place a repeater facing into this one, 2 placed facing into this one, and then we'll get our redstone to go into that. Just connecting this all up, including this one here. We're going to set these to 4 ticks, all of them. Repeat this on this side. Do the same thing for the other side. So 1 into this one, 2 into the middle, and redstone into the block itself. And then we're going to go here at the corners of this. Go 2 over, all the way down, and connect it up. We're going to use our redstone line to connect that. And ta-da! We've got that. We'll repeat it on this side. So then we're going to connect these 2 up. Oh, a very important step. Cut this line right behind here and place a repeater, just regular like that, on both sides. Hook those up. This will boost the signal a little further to the second double piston extender. Now we'll go 2 out and 1 up from this point here, where this kind of junction happens. And we're going to carry it all the way over to right there. We're going to put a redstone repeater here. 2 blocks in, so over 2. Up 1, over 2, repeater facing that way, go all the way over here, and we will have a repeater facing that way. So that's basically the first floor, all done and dusted. Now, as you can see, this lines up with that piston down there, so we just need to get that signal up here. We're going to do that with sticky pistons and redstone blocks. Oh, and slime blocks. So you're going to start with either honey blocks or slime blocks. It actually doesn't really matter. And we're going to max this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That piston can only push 12 blocks. Sorry. It's very important that you keep track of the heights between each of these levels, because if you're 1 block off, you have to redo the whole level, and that's just lame. But pay attention, this first line was turned on, pushing this up, which means if we go 12 up, this is the max height that it actually reaches. So our sticky piston needs to just go directly on top of that, facing up, with a redstone block on top of that. As you can see, our double piston extenders fire on both sides, and we're all good to go there. So if we go back here and swap this to the next level, it'll switch to this one, lowering this one. This block will no longer touch this one, and this block will no longer be high enough to power this, opening this up again. Oh, yeah. Make sure that your repeaters are on 4 ticks. Otherwise, they go too fast for the double piston extender to process. Now there's basically the entirety of the thing. This whole thing will just get repeated here, and this will just become another 12 block tall thing with a redstone block on top, making the 12th. And this little thing will be 1 block higher than that. So this whole thing just repeats up, and I'll show you. Go up. So you go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where you build your downward call line. Then you go 1, 2, over 1, and place your obsidian block with your selector panel behind that. And that's how you do that. So 8 blocks from the top to here, and 2 blocks from the bottom of this for every floor. Now this is the neat part. These levels are a little larger, so this is good for big buildings that don't have a lot of floors in between, because this thing will go really high. As you can see, build height could be an issue. Now that they've raised build height, it probably isn't an issue anymore. You could rip this out to try to get more levels, and figure out how to do that. But for now, I think 8 levels is plenty for this design. And so the key here is this part here, this 8 between here and this downward firing line. That can be any size, larger than 8. If you really wanted to, you could probably make it less than 8, but I think it's just cleaner to use 8 or more, because the flying machine is not limited until it hits those double extenders. So you could have this be 14, 27. You won't get as many floors in the build height, but I mean, you do you. So there it is. A floor selector using a rotating item frame item. This comparator system, which I got from another YouTuber, you can see in the corner or the link. These will allow you to select these. This activates double piston extenders that stop it. This button here fires through here to this area, creating the downward. On the first floor there is no downward, there's only upward, because it goes all the way down to the base here underneath and fires. If you really wanted it to go up, you just have to activate these pistons here. So this line would just go into this, like how the downward one goes into around here, or maybe right there, and here, we'll show you. So we want level 1. Make sure that this is selected first, or your flying machine will go up into infinity. And here we go. And we're at the second floor. Get off here, do what you want, and then you hit the down button again, and you go down. And well, there you have it, folks. A multi-level flying machine elevator in Bedrock. I built this because I don't believe there has ever really been one. And if there is one, it's a very complicated process. I'm not smart enough to figure out the multi-selection. Maybe one day I will, and I'll create another video to allow you to select any floor from any floor. But for now, I think this goes great in any base you want, and it's certainly a flashy thing to have. Any flying machine device is really cool in a build base. And thanks for watching Reality Redstone. Stay tuned for the next episode. Goodbye.